Okay, well, this is part two of the story of my criminal past, and basically, I'm telling this story to kind of illustrate my personality because I know people see me on here and they see how kind I am to Rocky and stuff like that. It's probably hard for them to believe I have this other side to me, but I do, and it was out of necessity to a large degree. I was on my own, I didn't have any support. The police were actually predatory in their dealings with me too. And so I was in a situation where I'd come up against these kinds of people, and I had to be prepared for anything, and I had to be prepared to do anything. And I was too. I was prepared to do serious violence. Now, like I say, when I was in my early 20s, it was actually when I was driving a cab. That's when I came to the decision that nobody was ever going to lay their hands on me again, or push me again, or scare me again, or bully me again. And that there would just be no backing down, and that I was prepared even to take another person's life, if needs be, in order to make my point. And so, anyway, I had my run-ins with this fella who thought I was going to steal his girlfriend, which I had no intention of doing. Anybody who knew how bad my history with women has been would never think that I'd even be capable of doing something like that if I wanted to. But anyway, he seemed to think I was a threat to his relationship, and, really, he thought everybody was a threat to his relationship, though he was constantly on that kick. This one and that one was trying to steal his girlfriend, and he used to beat her up because he would think that she was encouraging it or whatever, and there wouldn't even be anything to it in the first place. But anyway, this time when I saw him at the Canadian Tire gas bar and he was doing the lottery ticket thing, some people, they'll be in there for half an hour gambling. And he was like that. He was a compulsive gambler. And so, I had this little dog in the car that belonged to the 5-year-old girl that lived across the hall from me that I had repaired. It had been a gift from her dad, and it had broken. And her dad didn't know how to fix it. So I agreed I'd fix it for her, and I did. But I hadn't given it back to her yet. I had it in my car. And I was intending that when this guy came out of the gas bar, I was going to ambush him and I was going to take his life. Because he had been threatening to take mine, and I honestly believed he would. So I was going to take his. And he was in with the police, because he was an informant. I explained that in the previous video. Anyway, and I was being harassed by the police because of his paranoia too, and his being disturbed at me visiting my friends who lived underneath his girlfriend in the apartment downstairs of her. Anyway, I wouldn't have felt guilty if I had taken his life that night, and I can honestly say, sitting here now, I still wouldn't feel guilty if I had taken his life that night. But my car would have been seized, and the little girl would have lost her dog, and that worried me, the little toy dog. It was important to her. So I figured, well, he could be here half an hour. And so I went over to my building, and I remember I raced over there. I put that old 85 Chev Caprice, it was a 1985 Chev Caprice car I was driving, a big green 4-door sedan. And I put it through its paces getting over there, and I ran up the stairs, left the dog outside the door, ran back down the stairs, got in the car, and raced back over there again. And I had every intention of taking that guy out. I had every intention of killing him. But when I got back there, he was gone. So that kind of fell through on me. Anyway, I kept following him around, and I made the book up with all his activities in it. And after a couple weeks, I met his girlfriend in the driveway as I was coming to see my friends, and I handed her the book, and I said, you give this to him, and you let him know that there were several times that I could have taken him out. And I didn't, but I could have. And there was one specific time where I would have taken him out, but something happened and I was unable to do it. So I said, you let him know that if he's gonna F with me, he's F'ing with the wrong one, because I'm serious. I'm not somebody to fool around with. Anyway, after that, he was terrified of me. I'm pretty sure the book must have been handed over to the police too, but I never heard anything about it. I was never approached by them about it. I expected that maybe I'd be hauled out of my car on a side road and take a beating or something over it, but it never happened. It's probably in a file somewhere that they're compiling against me, but anyway, that's what I did. And after that, he was so scared of me, he wouldn't bother me anymore. I had been so close to him so many times, and he didn't even know. So I made my point, I guess, that I wasn't somebody he should be making threats against, and so on. And so he backed off. One of the funny things I find about it, though, when he got scared of me, he was claiming that he was an angel of death sent by God to destroy me because I'm a wicked person and my name is in some list in the book of Revelation that only he could see, apparently. Well, I mean, if that was really true, I couldn't have done anything. I can't go against God and win. If it's God's will that he take me out, he's going to take me out. God will protect him while he does it. So I don't know why he became scared of me. If he really believed his own propaganda, he shouldn't have been. But anyway, like I say, there's no telling what a person with that kind of a mind is thinking, you know. But like I say, I would have felt guilty had the little girl lost her dog, but I wouldn't have felt guilty for killing that man. And that's really the type of personality I have anyway. It's strange, I know, but, you know, the little girl was an innocent and he wasn't. And that's the key to it, I guess.